Ebio ye da Nyankopɔn ase sɛ de mekan na nadom ne na humobro nti na ɔde yɛn ahyia mu bio anwummerɛ yi na nim sɛ nnɛ wa ɔba ha bia no Nyame na nadom so bɛboa ama yɛate ne nsɛm ase na nea yɛwie so no ahyɛ ɔno twɛdi ampɔn no anim wɔ nyam enti ɛberɛ a menkyɛ ho no na introduce yɛnua baa no Vera, Dr. Vera Manu wobɛtumi asɔ video no na afei yɛabɔ mpaeɛ na madane fidie ahyɛ wo nsa yɛde wase paa naano no Nyame nam wo so ne yɛn edi nkɔmmɔ ɛfa saa vaccine yi a nkurɔfoɔ bebree yɛm hyehye wɔnom na yɛnim nea ɛkɔ soɔ ebinom koraa sɛ kyerɛ sɛ woanhwɛ a wowɔ a ɛnaano koraa deɛ mene me wɔfa ase bi kasa kɔse ɛnam sɛ ɔyɛ nurse ni Ghana ɛnam sɛ ante wonya bi awɔ ɛfisɛ onya covid ne bi ɛna meka sɛ na wadwene ho sɛ ɔbɛwɔ so wɔfa menya nwene ho adan a wɔse an Kuffour koraa deɛ na ɛde wɔ no ebinom sɛ gyama nsuo ne ɛde wɔ no ɛnyɛ paneɛ paa nti yɛhwɛ kakra hwɛ Awurade ho yɛ mmɔbɔ daa moma yɛmmɔ mpaeɛ ɛhu a bio yɛde wase sɛ nnɛ wadom ne wodɔ nti wode yɛn ahyia mu mede Dr. Manu hyɛ wo nsa ɛberɛ a nnɛ nso ɔne yɛdi nkɔmmɔ afa stimulus yi no yɛmu bebree wɔ hɔ a saa deɛ yɛ free last year bɛsi nnɛ yi no yɛnte aseɛ papa yɛhunu mu bi so a wanhwɛ yi a wode ho akɔfrafra ama akɔde aban ka bi a wonwene ho ɛberɛ a wodi anim akyerɛkyerɛ nneɛma bi mu no ɛsrɛ sɛ boa yɛn na yɛnte aseɛ titiriw abusuafoɔ a tax berɛ yi mu ntɔkwatumi sɔre wɔ sika ho no boa yɛn yɛnte saa nsɛm yi ase Yesu din mu ɛna mede waba wahyɛ wo nsa wadom no amen
yo osofo me da ase bebree ɛwɔ saa akwanya yi sɛ me ne mo mɛkyɛ saa din ho asɛm ɛna nipa mo aba so nyinaa so me da mo nyinaa ase enti ansa na me start no ma send ade we akoma pastor dada but na me pɛ me ne mo share Tennessee State University omo name Harry Medical College omo nyinaa wɔ Tennessee omo hwehwɛ mema before mema omo pɛ so omo kɔ medical school and dental school into the local company so omo Tennessee State University omo fa wɔ hɔ anu ayɛ 3 years now free hɔ now come Harry no akɔyɛ 4 years into instead of sa 8-year journey no obɛyɛ in 7 years into my send information akɔma pastor also I share into what we need akwala bi or high school and now about high school person for medicine and as a dentistry Mr. Obomodi and contact ma me email address or him never information the command and anything ya said the be to me di ho dwuma medam wase enti ye be share no me share me screen no how I say okay share all right okay. Let's go to slideshow. All right. Meaning someone you know ebi amwate stimulus check you wasem stimulus. Na unse last year no ebra na number 45 for no no yebi and you no de ho asem na me ba beka but obi a when ya wo check ana se wonya sa abre no de baby no IRS for the bebro so far as we are eligible. So when you're eligible, DNA kind who say when you can be, but we eligible quadia it was income guidelines now. Income guidelines, the adjusted gross income of so you're single is $75,000. When you're married, filing jointly 100 up to 150,000. BBR over that, you know, won't qualify for SAR stimulus package. And I'll be qualified crowd. Or better so by 5% into a bedroom a copy around over 200,000. Not just saying idea says you can obey the ubinyebi. It is our stimulus check you crown your friend is saying nidi HR 1319. Obi babu something they then I mean who's idea way. May a member of the NAACP ain't in a brand or more trust idea way in ano. Yeah, chapter we were involved. We read some of the parts of that particular HR 1319. Ne bro ma approve we so almost the brains to be a review. Into your friend HR 1319, American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, a year different from 2020, the CARES Act. Na approve 117th Congress 2021 to 2022. The background sponsor, your friend Representative John Yarmouth of Free Kentucky or your Democrat or Kentucky, or introduces our bill on the 24th of February and a call House Budget Committee for her. And we no to be passing on the 6th. Now, one idea we free mu a bravo passing, yes, and wage also 9% come and minimum wage to cost $15 immediately. And no Republicans now penny in the somewhere and so much states in maybe a free more. Nebeyemra on the 11th of March 2021. Saadana Naturesa Biden signed Sa Act law into practice. Into year twice or no. Oh, I don't know what is going on. Okay, let's do this. Okay, yeah. Okay, what's going on? All right. Ain't you know, a bill no provided funding for agriculture. Ain't you more farms no farmers no ye bebo musika and can care before be brave or what that's so farmers are brea ye kase. Into bebo musika na face so binum so deca on betumi make sure say can on be de ebe trabu. I face nutrition program so America has say school feeding. And noon to the bra COVID buying a challenge pa my parents be brief. He says, I brought my babbits the fee, Diana Crana Wyating. Into Sikadi be because our nutrition program and no interest COVID by Mutremu or when just our nutrition program no. And that's yet then cost but or increase funding their nutrition programs no so. Into our brain kola or more even so a virtual crowd between a papa to a Diana school, which is still ongoing. Other nutrition programs also more increases Sikadi a week. Women, infants, and children, say, you know, and so we're increasing, and we're increasing funding so much schools. I would want to America say from K through 12 plus university level chrono on where I'm more funding and so. And a child care and so no, on what my funding for child care. And if I don't my child care, and it says, oh, now so be a one because I would daycare center. Or more grants, I'll bet me apply. And to apply for SAR grant and any approve, yeah, you can actually open up a daycare center and actually run a child care center, you know, based on that. On my inspection, you need to have the right certification, which means, oh, maybe started child care, Abra winning CPR. And then your friend is saying, winning will be choke, you could have winning kwa faswa, obey a day, etumi abuana ni idea. And so I want to say, Manasia. Child care. Will feel a different story. But office or registered legitimate child care business which we apply for SAR grantee, but it was all go through process and son or my day to me at the amount. And all more programs also for adults. Into your friend is saying, more we are disabled. And input aging population in Pennyfu programs so by increasing funding a day and more. Sa a stimulus in so no COVID-19 a so on why our province council for COVID-19 vaccinations, testing, and our treatment and our prevention, so no, and also sikaya day emano. And our mental health and substance abuse disorders, meaning some watching and saying mental health central for Bibrewa, and near my and near my coso, my junubu, why anxious, why you depressed, even more bipolar disorders, any idea. Into you know, why increasing funding, said they be a bit to me up one addresses and near me a day, a coso, teach you a way before a day, a community. Ain't at the forefront so I build a once with housing. When you say eviction, because we won't say eviction or a lapse January because now Republicans name person bedding on be approve this idea into a lapse January, but still there's funding now on where included for eviction. I face state, local, tribal, and territorial governments, you know, one more musika into states to say fans war. Maybe I'm one Maryland here, Yamayisika or Maryland, maybe to me abwa. Locally in so to say county ametianos, Yamayisika, tribal and territorial governments, no, only Native Americans near 2 or more hasino, almost sika woman, and a small business, some kaya, a broadcast act in the balance or small businesses, it can be a friendly PPP loan. So I'll bet me cover or payroll or what's our increases you can also see a day and more into would be I'll bet me as I apply bill this time. Now what they are thinking is on best slashes or what was a loan, but I train your day they will cut it all out over time. The best slash enough you don't owe anything. Healthcare workers in Kuffour we do more transportation to set bus need train. Federal for and our veterans or more call military any idea. I feel so Sikanzo so hope for international humanitarian responses into Sikon between the go outside of the United States at the Abua Womo. Sikanzo so for scientific research and development. Some kaya previous administration and number 45 for buy, you know. o twa saa nneɛma wei bebree mu, especially scientific research no o twa nneɛma bebree mu nso ɛyɛ ade a ehia so mo continue to do clinical research said be able to discover new drugs, any treatments for diseases into and also sika wo hɔ yɛ den ɛma no. Or my extended unemployment benefits, any other services here related to unemployment. I think so 2020 unemployment compensation no Sabre a tax-free. It is a win ya bear 10,200 I yen tax for it. I think so more student loan forgiveness tax-free. And you know so a dear bad dear. Okay. Unso be or konoma a buy a mausikaku school. And so ye free be a ube to me I be a TS for 10 years. Into 10 years no swan, the aken you na ya den yashiogu. Into a compasa you will be all fall into that category. Not 10 years no so. Near shigua won't tria taxes. On Saturday, no. Into no idea so here because yeah, not usually so be sika be chow and I be also with your taxes, but wait they won't your taxes. And a rebate will be able to be a yano, $1,400. But once again, it depends on adjusted gross income. Into adjusted gross income, we individual 75,000, married filing jointly, 150,000. While we are over and won't qualify, but still will qualify for $2,000 child tax credit. And we'll file with taxes annually. And I'll be to me a day. I requested for our taxes. No. But for now, dear, or more we eligible, we'll be a check of $1,400. Checks no started they call out last Friday, which was on the 12th. No was yes or more catty checks. No, I'm not in Kuffour. I think so more modify a tax credits nibi. It is our child tax credit that make any income credit or why make changes and so more. I think so mama assistance for health insurance. So say ni pebi or why it will lose in a juma and so when you be why you be a friend of Cobra. It is our Cobra no more was said if you're to me a bank for if you're to me afford your Cobra payments no or move to me a day a 3 years our Cobra payments no. I think so no COVID-19 vaccines and a treatment and a more Medicaid. And a chip program, Ningina, so my creative sika for Sadiano. Into stimulus package near $1.9 trillion. $1.9 trillion. That's a lot of money. Into stimulus check I'm being 1,400. Now, the good news, the woman says, no, you're under the age of 6. Between $300 a month, but and we're best starting at July. And your idea yet permanent, it may end December 31st, 2021. It is back under the age of 6. You can get up to $3,600 cash. Where any so file with taxes and sand when the government will automatically send you this money once a month. It's best will qualify for side with based on your adjusted gross income. But what is a ba? So we hear Juma. Fasikana to bank ni save yede ema wo ba no if we say we free money a wan kwa ye adwuma ne yede eche wo kwa nti mesremo a mu keep saa de ni in mind and $3,000 cash allowance so for nchola o ye from 6 to 17 and also so another amount that would be equal to about $250 a month. Into way they changes our tax credit child tax credit and make a $2,000 annually as a son. It's temporary, as I said, under this particular stimulus package. It will start in July and probably end at the end of this year, December 31st, 2021. In the start in July, individual 75,000, married filing jointly 150,000. With income you go over 75,000 as an individual and over 150,000 as a married a year. Child tax credit, baby doing 300, 250. No, it just goes away. It disappears. Poof. Now, income higher, you may qualify for $2,000 child tax credit. And no dear, just a file with taxes annually and son why they win. Into wow, I just saw income less than 200,000. So we are single and now less than 400,000. So we are married now file it jointly. Saying so no Biden administration and decided so on beside increasing taxes so Obia will make you over $400,000 CPR on person will increase with taxes. Said you be to me or making less than that no or much me relief, especially in Kuffour or falling within a poverty rate no because the poverty guidelines no one more year no around in the 60s. and womu created our poverty guidelines. No, now they have not changed these guidelines since the 1960s. Now, you name say a near master, they say near my ding. BBS so and so still they are going with those yes friends poverty guidelines into a very low amount they and what for poverty guidelines no but sabrina a bit one within poverty guidelines. It benefits be any saying was a stimulus package, especially for Nkola and Uomabusian. Ebe Bwamwa, sa parents and ya cash in tentem so. I didn't see ebe one when ya cash because a buying the bemau sika busumi bia so far as our bar were under the age of 6 and now Nkola from 6 to 17. Ubenya immediate cash flow. Ebi kra no adwuma abo. When you abrace abre, ubetumi enya bibi kakra betumi dey support family no. When you see a guaranteed income, inti ente say bia o yebeka show so start July near the mawa and one of course ebe end at a certain time. But the no interest who yes sika no busumi bia obenya kopem se mrebe so a omoye den ebetwam. E fight poverty so who say kroma say won kwala bebre they live in poverty. Especially before no nipa bebre they are living in poverty at least way between aboakra to create a path for them to maybe get out of poverty. Eboaso with health care. If we say near maybe or doctor why it was so utria impo Medicaid and ye be and a zero copay a be or where was so ye atria into ways so between me aboama where you as kind towards that education into teach you party to sex virtual ye across the problems be briade ama parents into at least our parents no crying a be obey to me a laptop be crying and the beg you obey to me a palmano a bra because your schools need now we distribute and young calling in any view baby or Hankolani bini laptops. Internet also a big challenge for Nkwalai Bebre. Nkwalai Bebre are living in poverty. How many internet? There was a story of Nkwalai Bebre. There be no 93 ni fee or no ko Nkwalai so which when they be 8. No akot not ni school anymore. The school was closed, but at least the Honda no be Wi-Fi. Into a find a laptop no akot anymore. No etumi aye I and work virtually. I was saying to say Abra wa America who would think say in Crawford broadband. But a lot of people in the United States do not have broadband. Social mobility and also anything. Ebe bua microphone over to me a movie up the ladder into the pakon save your asie na sa brainy and fancy when you say sika we no in a juma or Walmart no decide so obeko school cry bet me up one amene movie out and up. Financial opportunities so. I didn't say financially opportunity and it says wow we are juma dada. Now COVID into a juma mo would so ye juma. Now fall within our income guidelines as you can save it. Ain't it a way to save for your children for the future? Tia Tuasono. Education is also a sika say and lotty to education. Into mama over $82 billion for education, all the way through September 2022. Another $54.3 billion for elementary, secondary school, emergency relief fund. And emergency relief fund, it includes our COVID and the whole problems in no say was almost making changes, almost said almost each year increasing more virtual learning. Sassika way in be a day or 4.1 billion for governance, no emergency fund. When you say COVID nearby and the states be brave, day problems about going to Sassika way between our governance. No, I'm over to me around almost states. No, I face $2.75 billion the air for private schools. Into private schools, but private schools are going to be used as scholarships. On which you and on to be used so fancy buildings near there. It's to help almost students, no. And a higher education, anything, any colleges, any universities. Into and also 22.7 billion normally I'm a higher education. Schools need be a Howard University. Historically black colleges and universities need be and now your friends say tribal lands, they territories, no so or mama says it can be a bit me abwa. Ain't adia who from so maya abwa pa ye free BB supplemental nutrition assistance program and a short name yes snap no and no na food stamps can any friend EBT and your food stamps and for ye the HBD third ya need to say me can poverty wasn't COVID bias nipa bebre ho ma hwere o madwuma enti so wo now apply for food stamps that's a wo qualify as abre food stamps no a bit increase by 15%. It will be increased by 15% all the way through June 30th, 2021. It is a will qualify for SNAP, but what they are apply in terms said eligibility time ni twamua one here as 15% na anhwa wunya ntimi sere wa bo modern say kwakọ applying tentem no wetumi enya sa 15% increase na face who does who was snap sa abre aye kasa dia making sure say omo increase na we know social worker and kasa kan chere say no say they are supposed to increase it by 15%. Then no social worker and kasa making sure say obetumi aye application no wetumi enya sa 15% increase no. Snap no so sabre no or why extend my college students because minim se munimwa and collaborate wo ho college or college ni bibia so problem I want to say they have difficulty either eating because all college near my scholarship and the idea so say it covers everything. Yes it does, but there are certain things why it may not cover until be a cover with room no board so whoever cover with classes with tuition the idea is separate. Usually, no, you have to pay for them to put money on your card. Now, where to be up a cafeteria. It is our extended SNAP eligibility. Our students are we eligible for federal and state work study programs. Munim about work study programs. Into students are more qualified for SANO. Woman also be to be in your SNAP benefits. Now, at least a collage to me I think soon says so fill it a faster form now. Say yeah, can be a friend EIC. Expected family contribution. Wow, expected family contribution no a zero no. Most anipanos so qualify for snap here. May they make up one thing. I feel so for more disabilities so more qualify for SNAP. Based on more income. Once again, income guidelines. You have to talk to your social worker because you're disabled, but the spouse the spouse income nowadays, but a dorsal a disqualify when your disability will feel from getting certain benefits. But it doesn't hurt. Social worker and casa because when you have to sit down with your social worker and go through a whole bunch of things, especially with Medicaid, and you will be aware disabled. You may qualify for Medicaid, but any social worker and Tanasi. Sanya will be bro has windy bra. Untuminya, usa buying or frustrate too, I buy on percent. Ubede, Sanya ma wono crown, ubeka ye. And Utina will call them watch Nasi, I check. Now what that no be one kasai. But it was so weird and we are tough skin, say you know what, and then I'm gonna spend the entire day. Social services office. Me what's now na me no makwa you said be a bibia me qualify no. Me to me dey enya. And ye mani nso bi also I just a doctor draw letter say you know what sa nipa we no ohia we especially durable medical equipment. Sa ye mani nyina just a doctor ye dey etro. It's moment dia say ye betumi ye dey any social workers na ye dey akasa no betumi aboy through sa process here make ho asem. Unemployment also so unemployment no or why increase some say $300 per week. I extended federal unemployment they say I got 24 weeks based on time when you would it is a what start here unemployment be collecting unemployment for 12 weeks kai who say only 12 weeks left. Okay, that's just one thing I want to say. I think the state unemployment only call 50 weeks. However, once again, when your unemployment out for a while now we get too close to 50 weeks. Now 50 weeks no swap. Deadline for unemployment are making April 30th, 2021. It is all falling within our category about what put to paperwork through. Can you unemployed maybe pay juma or catch also your friends say for certification and bra BBA certified they won't juma anyone back. Say you don't have to do that. And once a documentation into your finances so apply a juma ABA online a juma bear 5 making sure so apply via say I know send you email saying so yes thank you for applying for this job so and so no and no which me print it and no documentation it's just a way then what apply for a juma. I face the states no so power where the states the preference so states then pencil so a bit me amount extra $100 every week for 11 weeks through through March 14, 2021 into no a tremu dada. But now qualify there now state to decide this will be and also so a option. Almost so we are self-employed, you know. If you bear the income there bear $5,000 no, or no on his recent tax into either 2020 or 2021 no, or also qualify for unemployment small business. So you will be running one business or one business that's a business that exists either in 2020 or 2019 now who qualify for sa PPP protection your more king. Into Oma invest another 325 billion. It was small business funds. Into 284.5 billion no forgivable for sa paycheck protection program and kind loans no. Unso man for PPP loans be brave. I dream maybe who say ni penny be no among qualify and so we the almost cancer sikano. It is say the maximum amount of loan now be to me $2 million. $2 million, but I don't interest will be our small business piano. Ubenya $2 million. AB I will about 25,000, depending on the number of employees. And I said depending on the percentage in terms of COVID buy, a reduce your revenue by how much? Say reduce your revenue by 25%. Automatically you qualify. And after so employees less than 300 and so you do qualify. I didn't know my NSR say your companies I can see what PPP loan they buy, So our companies I can see what to say Amazon no idea. Or when you but you say Amazon and yeah COVID affect Amazon company need to be a rata. Affect you because COVID buy a crown. It seems say Amazon no. Almost a year course more. I didn't know course because we'll be out with you and grow forward all Mediani. Amazon says a year or dear Whole Foods. And to grow forward all Mediani free Whole Foods and the idea. Woman, they had any issues about COVID buy. Actually, almost stocks of crowd went up during COVID. They were doing very, very well. And so we are loan be and noon to no one massa stipulation, he said. Less than 300 employees and now face a revenue reduction of 25%, which a lot of these big companies can never prove say one more less than 300 employees and now say one more revenue from by 25%. Intimidianum Sanyama way na available. Ne quine bear now be faswa, ubede, ube to be a yat Sanyama way. Nina and say income guidelines. Once again, no income. So we income ne nyadia e qualify what Mr. Oh me economy especially millianum ye taxes in the idea. So what can be and no crow taxes as well. A buy ni say see the on cafe in chirewu. A buy no or bre emenipa. A buy no obey me take it 20 years and son why investigation and re found. It is what we know who said, we try and try to chere me. Obeba very show. Abai onim baby obi atie. Utu kura onim baby awotie. Ukwa Ghana kura onim baby awo. Free so to be sending Interpol all the time. It's bang ya wadin so be kwa Ghana wo mu me wa kwetene kura bi ase. Wote wa no wadru opona no. Ma mi bi Kenya ni baby. Ade a wo ye ne say okobro obi e wo nursing home an wo ye adwuma. Obro papa ya na nem say no onim se camera bo ho. Enti camera ne na ye den ehunu e record bibia. Inti a recording in a busuafo no hu ye no mo se yenkwache wo ba no and an crofo no mo ye adwuma na alete ne se omo ba bechew inti bobode pe be fa no odi mrika dwane ko Kenya okọ Kenya no okote na akurase em se no ka se hodo bia ni hu obekan no na ne refi so no anani bibifo no will definitely betray you because of money inti o hoda kura ne mu sosoroso ene ye ne fa free Kenya sa ne ba America say so me save time. Intimini and mummy no cray. A woman says our opportunities we were home says our benefits we were home. Use it only if you need it. Use it only if you fall within our adjusted gross income. No, so falling out of it, Mr. Don't go make anything up. Don't go make anything up. Me mama say information said about be aware. Now where to be a hunu resources no where to be accessing resources. No, it is a COVID and affect us everywhere lose yes, of course. Apply for benefits. Some things so no who you are or college. No, we hear Pell, not because of our income, not qualify for Pell. But Modiana check it with financial aid officers. No, if we saw may increase Pell by a certain amount. Into Mr. Busomo Wasam said a bear which me and your Obani Begay, which me and Yasa fund in Nayade, no Diako school. Na Apalano, any unquan maybe a school no one day, one quanku jai. I face a snap benefits so qualify Mr. Checky and also so. Also, I will Cobra so Sabri, which is health insurance, Wana Wutiano, and also Busawasam net checking. If we saw more my provision, so between me Abuama, Etria and for monthly payments and so yeah day. I'm a woman. It is Sabri Manuesi. Say be an go forward questions.
Yo, Dr. Manu, na dia wodo anu asintem na me so anu nyansi ya na ebi mama o monsa so na very good say o ya man nsa so na afi you be di sa de hu komo san say agyan nipa bebre with questions and na ama ebinom so ne omunim tax preparers bia omo bo ankrofo ma omo ebo apu so bia no wo kyerɛkyerɛ kwan bia enye ko bia woni no ho ko bia otayo tax ma wo na senia de odi twa ato no mani gye ho pa se hwɛ ye Christopher ade a ye na hai no mo se ye Christopher ene ye yo enti no hwɛ se ye de ka no ha bia no ye nkyerɛ wo na braba kwan bia odi ba kɔ bo aban apu bi ene na nye program we so a program for fry be kyerɛ wo ye pese kyerɛ wo bibia e be boa wo na wanfa ho ankoto amanim nti be hunu se nsa ahodo e wo soro nti afi mema kwan be so o ma nsa so a ye recognize one san na wakasa nti me ho se Cynthia onsa wo soro kasa wai na afi de me bie atomo betimi abusa question
Pastor ya that's Dr. Nyaminsra opa in fact what tretre mu pa media na your contribution na efwa de pastor kan na the last minute o kan ye no ye woni ema nyina ho kwai na nso nya ni nyina na fata ye this time ye time amanfo ayusu e de anya wo mo ho covid yi ba na me bom pa ye pa se men test positive na men tena fie na nyame has been faithful to me. Anytime I met test be a negative, even though I come close with people who have tested positive. Now, what na obiafro? See, skabina abana wajibi 20,000, 30,000, sikabe. I'm working. Why do I go in for that? And then I make us say, "One year many na hopai." Yenye example to neighbors I know omote. We are 7-day Adventists. We are Ghanaians. And then I was say, "Bahana yema yeni briska." Says the kind na wo dia na kwire say foolish money e be go foolish way wan hwe a wuntimi fanya wo ho hwe na full stamp me won kwala tu no am ofre me ntina afie da why do I go in for full stamp na my catch from say me da almost I work every day. In fact the COVID gave me time to work more because now people were staying home. By God's grace I have energy. Why do you have to go say oh yeah, small scale, no I the 20,000, no I the say. Now would debate say I buy the budget na yes or budget. Why you kura untimi fanya she. And untimo my examples your neighborhood ayete. Na yentre almost say 7-day Adventist for na yenye papa even at this time. My yenye sika no emfa mu ye bottom. And untimi da was by genuinely obi o ha na ohia. And no dear na work to me as what assesses our funding no na aboa. And untimida ase ya da ase pa Nyaminsra
yo that's pa ma hu se Galaxy J7 so ma hu so e obetimi akasa wa Daniel koso
really asembisa masembisa na ye okay mental and disabled Mr. Pa obetimi aboa me kakra wo ho they say about disabled people and mental people no ebimu ha for example ebimu school cry how can they go to college or do this for example that's my question how can they some of them I know the government is trying to help you but how can you get a job whilst you're not going to school? That's my question.
Yo, ain't so we are disabled. I usually a doctor ne be document his information because we have medical information to say, you know, this person is totally disabled. Into that's the first step. The doctor has to document it. Into your document here, and I would be call, you know, the various services. We're going to school. You know, after your doctor has documented, you can go ahead. Community colleges, they are a very good place to start. I didn't see them because more programs are a year short, it be a 6 months, it be a 1 year, it be quite a 3 months, I'll be to a certificate program. Into woko honomra, on betumi amawa eno advice ayede akasa. Also resources or campus for disabled students or we are disabled. You know, they have all of those resources on campus. And you can start from there. Ebe eduman so swa, one more companies be brad, they hire disabled people. A lot of companies do that. But you can also go through your community colleges. It's a really good resource. Almost our information in our honum. I am for posting Numa any idea into which we are contact, with local social services and so. One so another place that you can also go through between a lot of information to go ahead and do that. Mental health and so no. COVID by, or even before COVID, you have more depression, anxiety, bipolar, any idea, especially Black community. But we don't address mental health issues. If we say to us, if you have a mental health problem and to say you're weak and that there's something wrong with you, said your way, now when you have diabetes. And now when you have cancer, now when you treatment, the same thing with mental health problems. And also your area was so when you have treatment. Now you're making sure you treat you're providing resources such as a job, and our education, so that you can be a productive citizen of the society. In Tininginan, you can go through social services, and now you can also go through community colleges. But once again, a doctor has to document this, the baseline. And Sana, you can take steps from there.
Thank you.
That's a Wokasano. Well, one who said, Cobra, once. Massachusetts, no. Sanya, what time happen? Or more mass health. A beer ha, the iron say, young fan say, and you say income based. In Tibia, na, young fan say. Where they be I'm sorry, when a tax preparers when they beat me a boy. I'm gonna say, what shot a shaft in now we income sir. Into mass health. And down the road, no half towards the middle of the year, and not towards the end of the year, no income no as a sign. And now it be a went to me and mass health one of out in Canada. I'm for new pay stub and come out. Question no say. Say we get help na one obet ma kwaje one. Number two, is it possible set we file tax next year we be more than expected?
If you okay, here pa million set you find is so would you be free at buying whether it's SNAP, whether it's CHIP, whether it's one kasa mass health or so okay. Yes, you say you will be to say managed care any idea no or will be for low income for any idea. Mr. Robertson, would you be sana kobasa ukunye juma but more things so be notify wo social worker no and our case worker no. Also usually we can out fill application we can sure say if your income changes or now say changes bia epa wa brabo ma notify them. Sabre wa notify wo akwa kobase when you juma but you were still getting that. It is not too late to tell the truth to the government. You know, a lot of people are wondering so say kind of cry around near chimney. No. Or what person will kind of correct because what kind of correct is oh, we are honest person. One kind of credit will train not next year. Okay, file with taxes. Now it opens up a can of worms. Sabre one interest. I'm also buying pay interest. Have you noticed I buy who seek out on far interest into sue? Or no seek be do what they are, no the interest at also, which doesn't make sense. But anyway, that's how they run the federal government. It is one shey now the next year ko ba na ko fa no taxes that's wo ko kusa na ma we nyina e be cause problems ayede amount. Enti anywhere ni mu he ya ko na ko ka kire say it was an oversight. It was an oversight. Sabre when your insurance, Sabre things have changed. Sabre when your juma any idea. They can work with you from there. And maybe crown with income na say with your crown. Maybe you still under between 75,000 as an individual or probably 150 as a family. So into no crown still you still qualify for certain things, such as sikadi edebe bro for Manu, and it's a stimulus check into Mr. Abomodiana yede, need to become a Christian woman. Do not hold back. Tell the truth. It relieves you, believe me, you. And now you don't have to keep on looking back. You don't have to keep on looking back.
Yeah, that's a part. For question. Oba mo ameja yo obetumi identify ho na wo de question about mo ma yentina be bu se bi ema ye nyina no dear Dr. Manu wa hu say wo kan stimulus package ni ye nyame ensa
Yes.
yenya 1,002 kan no and now fe benya 600 towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I say 1,004 ababio in so so da ni nyina antem.
Yes.
In so so ba ko ada sa na no ya de 1319 yintem no. And me say so claim wo babia. So claim wo babia. Canadian no sakoda no ye above 16 na wontimi nya. But we no am say na o kire mu no.
Yeah.
So claim no nko ade a obetimi nya benefits.
Obetimi yes.
We remove age limit.
Yes. 6 to 17 and then under 6.
Okay.
So 6 to 17.
So I was saying, but obetimi akasa why?
Auntie Vera.
Yes.
Linda, I have a quick question. What about somebody who is a per diem, right? And you are not a full-time, so you pick up hours according to a human on your work. So you have like a health connector. The government helps you based on your income. So maybe you show your staff by the time you have that pay stub. Why a Juma 2 days? That's because for them you don't get. So at the end of the year, at the end of the year, then maybe you get more hours and you pick the hours. And how do you report that? Because it's not something. I mean, you can maybe yes.
Okay, and keep in mind the say. So we to taxes. The government knows how much money you make. You know, so they don't know. The IRS knows what's going on in your life. Benefits for social services, they all have that information. They can go into the computer and pull up anything they want to at any time. And will file taxes. So what I say, now file taxes. Most of the time, who apply for certain benefits, they do ask for income, yes or no. They ask for income at a certain point in time. And if I apply for benefits and net income up until today, and so that's how they base your benefits on. I'm just giving hypothetical. It's from January probably until March, say March 18th. And we base our benefits on. And I usually benefits, it's for the entire year. So we from year to year. I feel swap. And sana we the renewal. Into renewal, they're gonna ask you for your income from maybe the last 3 months or whatever. No, into whatever income you had before, whether it's more or less, no, you have to take it to them. And if there are any changes now, hours increase, when you extra income, you can always pick up the phone or send however you communicate with case manager. No, you can just notify them. So you know what, Sabre, me per diem, but I just got extra hours. I want to let you know so that you'll be aware in case something should come up later. And to we're making sure some case workers, and some social workers, you are really connected with them and you're working with them. Because who say you're working with them, Sandy Pakwan can stand up for you. Sandy Pakwan can defend you. But ahead of time, now it's all of a sudden a surprise. It kind of causes a problem.
Okay.
Right.
So this one is like Auntie Vera, like a health, like Obamacare insurance.
Oh no, Obamacare, no. Don't worry, Senator, you pay for it.
You paying, but you are paying based on your income, but at the end of the year, when you file the tax and you work more, then they take it.
And they take it away. Yes.
And said, can you cannot call them and said I pick up more hours. So
well you can health insurance scheme So whatever company, okay, maybe my example, say I have say what's Blue Cross Blue Shield and Obamacare, right? And people's incomes change all the time. And to I contact your market and say income assessment. Do I have to pay more or less? So it's based on that. International say you really have to be in tuned. And also we have to document it. And it's a with him so the all catch it almost $1,000. Maybe if I said by December, no, maybe you got $2,000. To me, it behooves you to actually call whoever this insurance company you deal with and say, this is what is going on. Said you don't have a tax issue the following year. Because once says everyone is required to have insurance. Once papa bako buy, you know. Or can say we don't, not everyone is required to have insurance. But once they say buy the number, or say, you know what, we all need to have health insurance. So we've gone back to the old. And just to be on the safe side, notify them. I don't
even if you notify or not, they take it at the end of the year. I mean,
all you do is make sure say you have put money on the side.
Yes.
I ask one more quarterly payments to the IRS. No, also those people keep money so they can pay every quarter. And so who wouldn't say maybe last year, no, hypothetically, if I say at the end of the year you paid $1,000, right? Because of your increase in income. Put $1,000 on the side. Said when the time comes, no, you are not surprised. So then cause a problem, because when you start buying within a car, I mean, they're gonna take your income taxes. I mean, they're gonna one way or the other, they're gonna find it somewhere. And, you know, all I can say is to save the money. It's unfortunate, but save them.
But say the two also elder.
Yeah. The name me person make me name some abaswa. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. The name me person make answer. I don't me brain. I about meeting. But the point in this, yeah. Sometimes you know, ABS health insurance, you know, say benye free a juma mua. A be or ya na juni be a sponsor. Ya na a good. But so to free marketplace in Kwa dia. There's always on so said ye Dr. Ekano. And so mom we are where say. Ebi a say and a major. Now the utriano, ebi a more increasing amount. And so when you to me increasing it here, there's what you say, as all estimated task and said the Wokano. Now utria quarterly said the bear at the end of the year and said the hitiwa and he took us in a how. Because as long as auto free marketplace, you know, you have to use the 1095A. As I said, 1095A, no one finds as well. I'm telling you, up to today, there are so many people are almost tax returns. Almost because they didn't use the 1095A. The 1095A, no, you're gonna need it. Maybe I will say, oh, you're good. Me 48, me the insurance, me a good per 48. But when you see, no, maybe you 60,000, 70,000. So okay, now we have 40. But marketplace, next thing can more than 40. No, but when now no, you have to pay. And there's no way I will be to me actually because. You charge you tax 1040 or so from 1040 or so. And there are so many people going through this every year. 1095A will tell the government, will tell the tax system, say you weren't paying enough. Until now, you have to pay the difference. So that's the only thing, the only difference there. Now, Dr. Cancer, Papa, I couldn't buy yes, or buy and can and I not say, oh, we here say a report to insurance. But since then, the 1095 have been needed on your taxes. And here and hold to the okay, and Obamacare is still in place, and it's still you're gonna need the health insurance. So when your health insurance now is gonna hit you. And so when you're enough, so I said to you, and we'll be to your back at the end of the tax season, But that's it.
Yeah, but that's it. You brought up a very good point to say. Although year per diem, most of these organizations, say you're trying to say even agency agency health insurance because every company with 50 or over employees has health insurance. So it would make sense to probably go through whatever organization or do call these places, go through them. I think now going through them yet better. For so they already have provision in terms of said we see your money accounting system near the end. It's already in place. And so you are not reinventing the wheel. And it actually protects you at the end of the year because at the end of the year, I'm gonna decide 1095. I'm gonna form say you pay, you had insurance, so I'm gonna now you file with taxes.
Yes.
So paper. You know, so when Yari will chrome her and you don't realize the insurance and that a higher premium insurance is better than a lower premium insurance. but you have to get sick to know that, right? Because I'm here surgery, I had two insurance, my main insurance and my husband's insurance. And no crowd be what high premium insurance. No, I ended up paying almost $1,500 as a copay. And Sakra no me surgery. If I didn't write that check for $1,500, I was not going to go on that operating bed or set up a monthly payment. It was one or the other, right? To do that. So that's the first thing. Secondly, copay will chrome haseme endorse. Copay endorse. That's always good insurance. A bomb copay yeding, it to be yeding, a coffin be brave. Intermediate cheaper does not mean good. Sometimes the paying a high premium insurance helps you in the long run, especially when you get sick. Let us never forget that.
That's a part. Daniel, my house on South, so I busa question, and Sana will busa out there. To the to was me back. One who say a doctor ne a joti, and may green who says, say, Uncle for file on my tax. If I me reading and I say, Yama, a woman person pushy, RS for pushy, bed line, me.
Yeah.
Inti me green who said, dear, next week or the week after. And I am from more a CPA for more. Yeah, I'm buying in a panel discussion. No a year. If it's a taxi, ye money. Obey ni now will be at toward the Sohania sound. 2 years of whom say me as I'm say a category never say self-employment. Yes, self-employment almost flag pa. Yes, so crabby pet about the 2 cc. Yeah, be paying. No, some crop from a mileage in a logbook. Just me tranquil and be free me fear my logo. If I say me Appleby. Oh, Timmy call, baby, I'm a cobia and be drawn my logo. No, crato. If it's almost flag or pep for auditing. Sanya man, one here bear your self from. That's a Sika or one from my grandma's and be jack.
Oh, Jack. That's the government.
And Daniel Mahusa on South.
Yeah, Pastor, before I be a daddy, Becca son. Yeah, well, and they are almost I did time no called May 17th. Yeah, May 17th. The expression, April 15th. Somebody come May because all my young shall say 20th. You shall see on the 12th of February. So now we know. I know. Sensitive. Be on best standing. But no more share the flocks to Nipa na Any the Aka in here. And I think it's looking at that statistics. No one who said they have to extend it until May a honor. And now they are now working clergy for the in fact, and Sabi clergy is a clergy, so they expect you say you put things together and you do the things right way. And yeah, so well,
oh yeah, and
that's my comment.
And yeah, file on my booklet to be. If I come nipa crop prepare my own. Now, yeah, you move a brainy tray, yes, your former treasurer be no, yeah, my yes. I can't hold to ya now or that's your now. Why locally who am I? But just said, I'm 2 for and say tax bar. Now, what you say our real program on yes, and I do tax bar and to quack a seer. Sorry, if it's a way pursue claim away, we pursue claim away, we pursue claim away. Now, yeah, can stimulus in once and I'm making say a benefits a woman be say. What if you say a last year, me file me tax. Tell the was minimum said you Patrick Kuffour also. And now, doctor, me file me tax. And now me a single. He say my worry. Inti I no buy no. Say I have recent tax. I'll file any idea. I don't know what to calculate. No, say I no buy no my worry inti my name kunu yenya 2,800. Na nye 1,400 bill. What is the impact? A bit me affect me. Say next year me file tax.
If I join a CPA for Moncasai.
Okay, Pastor, now Manti honey. So last year now we are married.
No, me
stimulus. No, a single.
No, a single. Okay.
Yeah. And now me J first stimulus no. A Najib 1,200 no a 600.
600. Okay.
And a new one you know no worry.
Okay.
Me kuno akambo mwaje.
We have 2,800.
Me asa 20 I asa to me maybe crash so last year the no qualify. Now we me claim we get match. Is there any penalty I came for next year and file me tax?
Actually, as at now, dear, I will say no, and answer we don't know. Because the only my taxable, the 1,200 and 600, no. There's a portion, ubusa. Nadienti or mubusa, me at the Shaswan is a obi a way in your bieno, or member rebate. And now say, yes, and now we income no last year, no, there's a winner more, where in your more, and the winner, you know, the Shaswa, no amount rebate. And now within the year, no 2020, no, oh, wakoda. A corona we and a satam, no 600, 1,200, no new ho. A fan wa no na war file, or file, on Bemano rebate the previous year, Diana 1 year be no the rebate Bemau, Bemau be home. And so I'm back, no dear. As at now, no, it's no 1,200, year who's all money, and 2,004, so I don't think it's all beji.
Okay, yeah. Daniel, a doctor can say, Obia, when you may be able to qualify. Minim say hono say na usi tiase and some obusa question.
A big question, Kasa. I know, sir. I don't know how to explain that, but I should say it. Number one, I know last year, like both me and my dad, we are not working. So I think that the government have been helping both of me and my dad. So how I understand is that God have blessed me and my dad for even the tax paying and that stuff. God have blessed me and my dad. So when you're saying the tax thing, I was gonna ask a question for that. For me especially, I'm a sick person, but I don't know how to explain it, but God have blessed me and my dad for not paying a lot of tax. They help the government all the time pay us, and we take it to savings all the time. For me, any money I have, I put it on my savings in the bank all the time. Me and my dad, we do it all the time. We put on our savings. And my question was about the mental people and the disability people. I know that it's going to be tough for us to work. You mentioned about we should communicate with our counselors and other people. Am I right?
Oh, I was saying, you should say, if you have a social worker, right?
Oh, I mean social worker, yes.
Or a case manager, you should work with them because they are the ones who know and understand the whole system. So they will be able to walk you through the process. And then whatever benefits that you qualify for, they can ensure you get it. But you have to go through them because, that's what they do on a daily basis.
Because, for example, me, I have a social worker, and me and my dad too. We both have social workers. So my question is, do that as two people who are sick, can they help us?
Yeah, so your social worker should be, I don't know if you have a different social worker than your father. And usually that would be the case, right? Because you probably have a different social worker and your father probably has a different social worker. But you have to work with them. So you need to so for example, if you're having challenges, so one let me give you, I'm making a hypothetical example, but say if you have challenges in terms of getting food, right? And the SNAP benefit that I was talking about, if that's a problem you're having, you let your social worker or your case manager know that, you know what, we cannot afford food. How can we get SNAP? And then that social worker is going to look at your income. And right now, both you and your dad don't have an income. So if you're getting Social Security, because keep in mind, if you have any kind of disability, you usually get Social Security disability. Okay? So if you're getting that, they need to see that amount. So that will be counted as income. But usually that money is not a lot. So whatever income you have to show it to them. They have to go through the process with you. But once again, you have to work with them. So if you need to schedule an appointment to go see that case manager or social worker, is really important that you do that. You have to work with them. They're the ones who can help you through the process.
Daniel, me fanka ho say, wo say wo papa na wo ye niam no bebre se ne wo ka no. Na asem ni bi wo ha ya na ye a private issue wo. It is any Dr. Manu akan. Ya watie nyina no say assignment and wo de ko no say wo no papa ko tena se. So ho de me ka no. Na mo adwendwene ho say wo say nsem ni bi wo ha ya na ye mo mie no nko na ese mo dwene ho say kwa ba na e be fa so a e be pe counselor fo no na yabusa wo mo questions and me tie no so ho na no papa e de hu nkomo nti assignment no ye pon ade ya mefro na hu ma be ki sure say no papa e de hu nkomo na ya to aso afiri wo so ho etiefo ebre no kwa na ekro no wo moa e wo hefa de ba bi asem na bedru na e be de pa say ye wo CPA fo bi wa ha na me de do timi nyanya ma nko yo
Pastor.
Aha, okay, koso. Makaso obe mupa me di koso.
Pastor Mpacho. Let say, Doctor Dasapa. Me were Juma Munti. Asamete half. But my question was CPA for the so. Edo Timoso. Edo Timpacho. 1,002 na yedima yero. Any 600 no. Me Manu and Ketuani me no more over 17 that time. And to woman and yabi. But and now you are dear no. Let me say your mama or mubi. And no a dear antina ma or mama or mubi. College phone.
Okay. Doctor, I
was just going to ask you a question. So we are Jumana because that would be the reason why.
And part time, but you claim woman, you know. Back on woman, yabi. And to me, we know.
Bakuno 600,200, dear no. Now a 17 and below. And no more qualify. One more dependent or no more cause. Say dear 1,004 by President Biden, dear no dear. Age a UBI can and it's so long as said now you're dependent, so your sister 6, so your parent, so your beer or show so be an qualify for 1,400, no. And to me, you not qualify for 1,400. You are my eye. But first one, no more age, no more a broso.
Okay, me that's it.
Okay.
Invest over there near Beji.
Okay. Yeah, and I say kasano. The nan come dey bana. So bi wo ha beti ma bem. The nan come dey.
Me pacho, me person bisa question kakra.
Pacho koso me ma kwai.
Now doctor, my second question na wo ho.
The second question is enkola o me 6 years and under no, $300. Over 6 to 17 no, $250. Starts in July, but it has a basic at a certain point in time. Until yes, you can't do forever and ever and ever and ever.
Okay. So
that's a very good question. So that I'm going to defer to the CPA. Then you detail and explain it because also with tax circumstances or filing circumstances, no.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that you're getting the right advice. Then he can. Okay, no problem.
Na me ko PPP na so.
Pastor.
Pacho koso.
Yeah, I in a comma elder. Who follow with tax? I think say this year no. Federal and state, Federal take how long and sana ba na a tremu time it take and sana ba na maya at the end way.
And no more there. I think it really depends. Maybe say me file my taxes, me federal and me state back. Me file, I think I got everything back within probably 3 weeks or something. Both federal and state came through their direct deposit.
Yeah.
Ube to me swako IRS.gov. check it on your with taxes. You have that option of doing that. IRS.gov, there's a place we click here, open so who with taxes time on Sabeka. And so enter with date of birth, your social security, and then also the tax amount should be exact. If you say $200.10, you have to enter $200.10. If you don't and you put in 200, the system is going to tell you, say, there's nothing. So you have to be very, very specific. In terms of time, Elder, I mean, yes, sure. Because
time,
is unpredictable, right?
Yeah, time, we have 10 to 21 days.
Okay.
10 to 21 days, as I say, and it depends, states need to depend on the states, Massachusetts states by 5 days, now in Saka, unless it's a problem. So, problem, let's go, so I'm better so a better. Normally, on send the check now, bro. Normally, letter account. One more end to so, Wabra, aware, say a 2 sick and so. And Robert Chombe issue check in our brew. Me finally will be tax man. Well, within 3 to 5 days, the one of friend, say, why? Is there anything wrong? And because Odru fear no 5 days you and then it's canaba. Now, BB cost one and a normally young state in the Baja Federal, about coin federal number. 5 days, anyone, and I'm so this time, just because they say they want the money to go to the economy, or more fast, but they say no more slow down, kakra, because of the EIC now, woman, and income credit now, a woman, they have to check some is the right people and the ANSA and income credit, you'll be a bit delay. And I basis I will be filing the tax last year, basis I've been in Sankai. Because you say now so use 1095A, one found contempt and a COVID never boom and a dear Konyabana, one more in the paso tree and teachers say a business I will be one in some Canada. I can assure you that. And as a old file and I say information be a kahuna say and kahu qua set ye biano, a bed delay will refund them. Nana doctor can say, wait me a call online, IRS.gov, said okay, and I'll bet my call, where's my refund? I saw the information in nation exact with social security and I feel with a filing status. So you're single and now head of household and I'm married filing separate or married filing joint. And amount also should be exact. Then you will see say Obama what you say, okay, yeah, we have received your refund, it's being processed. When we red sign the first one best says or Munsaka, second one accepted, third one is a process of I do on there when we say that time we're not back now. Let's go to account to. And see, that's how it is. You will file it, but you have to wait. That's more. Train kakra nyama ya train the baba.
Yeah, they're more carrying like okwa or see processing, but it's more than 20. It's getting to 21 days,
Okay.
But they say receive processing.
And there's something wrong. And you will get them.
You can call.
Me a friend or more. But friend or more information now who no. And one obey say we have received your tax refund and it's being processed. But I be ana with the student loan ka. Nyama issue a bit me a man a hold on kakran. Be ana with the student loan. No matter can so. A bit take it time and sana or more assistant the award information who no. And now say be out the capa or more scanning na. But when you actual let them know them come more ever. And now said there's something holding it. No one trouble. Now, normal circumstances, there 10 to 21 days, you should get your refund.
And now, if you also swap, who say a direct deposit, if you are now in 10 numbers,
that's right.
Count, no, what transposing numbers, no. So numbers are wrong. Or try first time to do the direct deposit. So go through and reject, they'll send you a paper check. And that may take a little bit longer because so here direct deposit now, I reject it. And then the IRS gets everything back. So now the IRS has to process, a new check, which takes a little bit of time. And I say, so my high more and for Bibriaka IRS for who's a caneno, not a what almost kakra. It's more time. BBA a time, BBA a process. And I wouldn't even say you can actually make an appointment. Meaning it's a COVID but you can make a virtual appointment to speak to someone at the state or federal level. But you have to make an appointment. Also, you can make an appointment, go in person. Say you can't anymore. And to use all those resources, call irs.gov and peruse the website. There are all these resources available.
Yeah, your question be what chat also say with the 300 child stimulus, is it going to count for child credit at the end of the year?
No, it's not. And correct me if I'm wrong, CPA, it's not. This money is just, it's replacing also near war. They had like an earned income tax credit and all of that. This is just money to help people who have suffered through COVID. And your friend is saying, and that's an income complement and so on and so forth. You know. It's just money to help see you through. And no internet says it can get permanent. You know. I hope we understand that. Yeah. CPA, if I'm lying, let me know, because when I read the bill, that's not what it said.
You're lying.
It's not lying, but let me correct this one first. Answer. I'm not there yet. The CPA, no. Maybe I'm more.
Okay. You know whatever it is, accountant.
That's okay.
You
yeah,
know
that's right. Yeah.
You know numbers. So
that's right. Yeah. As at now, no party. The details, you know, said the 300 no more than my and say about count to as a EIC, you know, we don't know.
We don't
because
know.
we don't know the income. No, yeah, we don't know your income. We have to wait at the end of the year. And whatever it is, our money back for you for now, no, it's your money. Just take it. But sometimes, you know, we don't have to think. Say we are eating the eggs, and we think we're eating the cake, and we think we still have the cake somewhere. Sometimes, you know, as I say, a friend who says because they be a bedroom brave and be an eye and it's out of mechanical. We don't know.
But Elder, while we are there now, would that be counted towards your AGI?
AGI be a amount counted towards it, but your credit, probably the credit they will give you, will affect it. Probably. I'm not saying it's a positively, it's going to be that. Yeah. But probably
section is this section 2 or section 3 point something or HR 1319? No. It spells it out and it tells you, you are going to get this money. It doesn't talk about paying any taxes. It doesn't talk about credit. It talks about it replaces the earned income credit. So you go back and read that 13, right? It says that it replaces it, but it doesn't talk about, say, you have to pay taxes on it or you're going to earn credit. It just tells you, this is what you're going to get and it's going to expire. So what I'm saying. So there's an expiration date on this. It's not forever. Also, there are other countries, to say Canada, United Kingdom, and some other places, when the child is born, and they pay the child until like 17 or 18 or something, if I'm not mistaken. Americans are not willing to do that. They will give it to you, but it's temporary.
Yeah.
But in terms of taxes, I don't think so. We know what is going to happen with that. But for now, you do qualify, and if you do qualify based on your income, you're going to take it because you qualify based on your income.
Yeah, Kakra Medica, doctor, and he said, it's as at now, I said, we can towards the EIC. And the EIC, so it goes with the income, an income credit, income. So, and I say government doesn't know how much by the end of the year and obey it. And he said, then find say what the amount, not by the end of the year and why 75 and now 40. You don't qualify for the EIC, but what do you? And it seems probably it's not gonna go towards count against you and I'll be able to say.
Right. And I think the government is aware into the buy and open, so it doesn't cause problems for people.
That's right.
Forward.
People
are relieved. Also from Patron so Bibo.
Man, Patron, maybe some rare question quick about unemployment, you know. But to say about the increase, you know, or more finally unemployment this year, no, recently this year, no. And then I'm also know how long I bet last and increase number increase next one. So do we have to call them or is going to automatically increase?
Once you apply for the unemployment, so far as you've applied for it, also or more deadline to make sure say you fall within that deadline. So what apply before deadline that you do qualify? Because who said this law was put in place on the 11th of March of this year, right? Biden signed it into law, so it's a law. So if you apply for unemployment, you're going to get your unemployment that is due to you. But one thing you have to do, and they say, you have to make sure so you're reporting back to them. So we'll pay Juma.
Okay.
You need to show them documentation.
Okay.
So
Yes, ma'am.
looking for a job at the same time with your unemployment.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Yes. That's a pa. And you know, I make kind of quick. Yeah. One will say, and Kasa Emily, a Hasia Pania, Kasa, would Jessica be free, a buying why you careful. Na Kokwa. Na the young one said, Mom will say, a buying sign idea on the 11th. Minimum one more by 12. Let's come down bank. Yeah. I say, if I will be Canada, may say, Yama, your button beats and will be them. I will near swa. I guess I'll near straight a $100 account.
Yeah.
The same way, so natural say, if they want to find you,
they will find you. Oh.
And it's a Tesadia. Na a foot to a comma and is a minion here. Sika, Yawdian is a crebeson.
Yes.
So, Nanya, the Aswa, Miss Dawson Pans, Udia, now in Koye, Hombash show. But there won't be a what? A PPP no more so crab in a bracer for PPP no.
Oh, okay.
Young farmer said, me Tifiaha, na. Me totoniema me kototo second hand clothing na bia ma shepwa kokana me chirimu bia me friend business so make me the sa de na kwaji PPP.
That's a very good question. So
me business in Chile. Me kokabosian fraba.
Yeah, unim say enkrofo bebre wo kwa PPP loans si menim sa mote ya. So what shall say to change enkrofo no more investigating enkrofo because people lied and got these huge sums of loans and found out they say binum cry they didn't have a business.
Yeah.
Then afutu am de bema mo ne se krom ha say o person ye business bi person ye no register with the government. O say ya be pese ye pese ye bu aban as ye pese be tria taxes no ho kro de ba. But ye wo e be boa kwan bebre so I didn't say because e be boa kwan bebre so e be boa in the sense to say so one wo body now register business now with your tax ID number. So what I say and nearby would you colony idea no of course we tria taxes but at the end of the year no you can file your taxes as a business. The tosu bi no when you so to me claiming nearby bebre as a business. What cell phone that we use so cell phone you can build that's your business cell phone. You can put it on. So we will fear near find so we use a room in your house. You can claim that as well. Mileage ABL drive money. You can add all of that. It's mean you know and say, you know what? Well, me report my buying say, you know what? I have this business. I buy once again for 20 good years. They have time. They have time. They will investigate you. Or no, any baby or they investigate you. They'll find out a cow be boo so no. Because minimum can be filing me taxes. Minimum can be say minimum can be say to Mr. Millianum. Nipa di bi wo ho much this can be sabre aye ka say. And so no. Oni business. Obu okra oni business okra. And so apply me this can ye den e man. And where this can. It will catch up with you, Miriam. They will later on probably start asking you questions about paperwork and the whole corner. To Mr. Ramo, so we'll start a business and ask our business. It's not too late. Go ahead and actually file to show that I have a business, get a tax ID number, and follow the proper channel because you will pay that money back someday. Yeah, and I was there. He have also they come after us. Is it one day?
Oh yeah, you know, but
they come out after.
Then Yamia said, "Odi abidrune Dr. Vera Kuffour Manu." It was say 2 weeks in, you know, Yamina Moso ama wa boyen wo. Niema hudo bebre mu. Minim say nya de katoni. You come again. Ukuno so beba. Enti atiefo edamase say mu nyina mo ba ne. E bompa ye ehira so. Onyame nka ye ho na niema yesua na ha ne entasetase no nyansem na emwa ye busua. Titru say no e wo sikasem mu ne yekekan awrade mwa ye sikasem nkoyi. Akra bi ode bedum ye no. Omana nyete se obakunafo no enwo no a ansa dan na ema ya hoto anigye ne nkoso. Doctor ebra wo de wo bre na wada agye hwehwemu a wo ye de boaye ni nyame ma wo de so enkoso saa. Mama ye mompa ye ebra ye de dwumadi kwawie ni hu a inchira nka odin when wo do ye toto na wani kuya ho nti ebre bia mu nimu adesua ne nimdie ehia no wode maye wona mo aba waso ne kunu so a kyerɛkyerɛ yɛ niama ahodoɔ bi anye ma ba mu so aboaye sɛnea bɛyɛ a erika ne bɛyɛ no kwafo ne yɛsɛ yɛn nso no yɛma no mpa yɛtiri ho ne ba kɔhwehwɛ kyerɛ kwan na afei yɛasetena mu so yɛnya anigye ne nkosoɔ aboafo a ɛboa yɛ nyinaa no ka wɔn nyinaa ho na hyira wɔn yɛn betie yɛ yɛntaseta nsɛm yi mfa nkɔ yɛ musua mu na yɛmfa nyɛ adwuma hyira yɛn yesu din mu ne yɛsɛ wadom mu